There's a lot of questioning about whether or not Caleb Williams can, one, bring the Bears back, and two, become the first ever passer that reaches over 4,000 yards in Chicago Bears history. Well, I'm going to tell you that what I saw this preseason, plus the team that they have right now, tells us that he's a lock to be the future of the franchise, and they're probably going to make the playoffs. And I'd be willing to bet that he's going to throw for 4,000 yards. Let's look at his preseason tape to see why I saw some things that check some boxes and what we'll be looking for as the season develops. If you want to be a successful quarterback in the NFL, you have to be able to win on third downs. And right now, this is a great example of what Caleb has, in my opinion, gotten better at since he got out of college. In his training camp days, in everything they did in preseason, all you saw in Hard Knocks, his progression day in and day out, this is a culmination of all that stuff that he put in, and it's going to start on 3rd and 12 in preseason. He's going to drop back. He's going to have a both concept where you have a middle read and basically mirrored routes. Going to chip protection, get to the flats, stress the flats. His job is to take a 5-step drop, keep his eyes down the middle of the field, slash to the right, and see where the squeeze happens from. This safety is going to rotate and squeeze from the field. What does he do? Resets back, gets ready to deliver as the receiver's coming out of his break into a void that he created with his feet and his shoulders and his eyes pulling coverage this way. I love this. I love that he's able to win early in 3rd and long. Most guys, young guys, would be in a position where they'd want to think scramble. Caleb's actually going through his progressions, and I'm really excited to see this for him. I love that we get access to watch football this way, so let's watch the back angle. Okay, so like I said, he's going to take a 5-step drop and hitch. 1, 2, 3. Eyes this way. 4, 5. Look, you see him. He's reading his eyes. He is coming to hunt up and stop Keenan Allen. 3rd down threat. Little shoulder pump. Gets him frozen. Gets reset, delivers, probably can deliver a little bit sooner than that, but still confirms it. Great job. Like, he's going through his progressions in a really tough situation, 3rd and long, very low conversion rate. And I love that we're seeing this early out of him. And now look, we've all seen this screenplay, but it is even more impressive when you watch it in this perspective. Takes his drop, gets it in the soft part of the pocket, buys enough time with a late release, just tosses it over his shoulder, knows exactly the area that his running back's supposed to be. I'm not even sure that he saw him, but he knew the location and he gave enough arc with it that his running back would be able to find it. And it is one of the most beautiful plays I've seen in a while, but definitely all of preseason. And Swift can do stuff like that with the ball in his hands. Let's watch it from this angle. This is where it gets crazy. So what he's being coached to do, take a 3-step drop, eyes down this way, reset, throw the screen over here. That's what he's being coached to do. Okay, they didn't tell you, though, that you're going to get blitz off the slot. He's barely going to get presence on him. You're going to have to shuffle up in the pocket. This looper is going to be all in your and the running back's now going to have to go underneath instead of over the top. And the fact that he can hand grenade hook it with a quick reaction like these types of plays, man, change the entire outcome of games. And the fact that he's able to do that to guys like this and get those guys the ball in space, like, I'm very high on the Bears this year, and I think that this is the first year in a long time they shouldn't be afraid of themselves. If you guys are loving these videos and loving how I teach football, you will love my Foundations guide. Over 6,500 people have this guide now, and people have been loving it. I teach football as if you're a rookie in the NFL and as if you know nothing, starting from ground zero, building all the way up on offense, defense, special teams, and then we get into what it looks like in a game week, how you prep, how you game install, everything. If you love football and you love learning more and applying it to Madden or college football, or even how you watch on Sundays, this is the guide for you. I hope you check it out. Now let's talk about arm strength and throwing on the run. So this is a play that the Bears will be running a lot of. A lot of teams run this, especially West Coast teams. It's called Ralph and Larry. It's basically a keeper play with a pin on the edge. And the whole job is to get outside, get on the edge. You might have a smash concept over here. You might have a sail concept. Long story short, though, he's looking right here and feels him drive. Now, he's got a guy in his face coming up. Gets him with a little pump, and I like that he's comfortable enough this early. Again, he's a stud, but some guys aren't comfortable to use the pump to their advantage. He's got a bag of tricks that he knows how to use and when to use them naturally. And look, this is my favorite thing. A lot of guys in the league need to get a little bit downhill to get enough momentum to make deeper throws. Right now, you see him, he's on the 31-yard line. You see this deep target, he's open, but he is about to be on the 40. This is a 10, 20, 30-something yard throw by the time he gets where he needs to go. He's not phased, man. Gets just enough slight downhill presence, absolutely rips this ball, and delivers a seed for a massive game. Like, there are guys in the league starting right now that won't attempt that throw. for whatever reason. Or they do attempt it and they just don't have enough arm to get it there. Caleb has plenty of it, and this is such an asset for this team. Like, you may have the perfect play call on defense, you may have things dialed up, whatever. If you leave him a little bit of space and a sliver of a window, he can drive it up to 30 yards. Like, this is awesome, man. This is awesome. It's big plays, and you're going to see a lot of that from him this year. Now, what did we say earlier? Third downs. It's going to be about 3rd and 9, and quarterbacks, when you get people walked up, expect maybe a little bit of pressure. Nah, they're going to try to mug and hug on a cover 2 man. Cover 2 man as a quarterback, the first thing that should click into your mind is, I am a run threat. Nobody has me. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5 passing eligibles, 2 guys over the top. The guys underneath are going to be playing trail technique. They're going to let you win over the top, but they're going to be right in your back hip. That means that most of the time, the only throws that you have are out routes, sail routes, or Chinas that break off leverage. It's really hard for a guy to win on inside leverage on a post or a seam or anything like that. So as a quarterback, you have 1 or 2 guys you can peek at as you're taking your drop. And besides that, you got to find a lane. You got to take off. Like, look right here, strapped. He doesn't have much space. He is ready to lean him outside. He's strapped. He's going to be mugged. What does Caleb do? Finds the lane, cuts back across the grain on 3rd and long, and has a real-time rep on 3rd down, and he nails it. And look, I know that this is a drop pass, but talking about accuracy on the run, over the course of the year, being able to throw on the run and buy a little bit more time, not allowing defenders to get in your face because you're a better athlete, it will transfer to those 10, 20, 30, 40-yard pops a game that add up. And these are the types of plays, 2nd and long, like, this is a dot, man. He's got to catch that. I know he drops. He makes a crazy one later, maybe in the next game. But Caleb brings a different element to this team consistently as a passer that I didn't really account for. I'm not going to lie. I was on the Justin Fields, keep him, train, and draft another stud player, draft 2 stud players, like, not go all in on a quarterback. But I think they made the right decision, man. Like, he is able to sling that. And you got to look at his perspective here. When does he decide to throw this ball? This is what I'm talking about. This is probably the clip too. When does he decide to throw this ball? Like, he knows, and he's changing his arm angle to get it there so that nobody can interfere with this throw. That's a seed, man. That is a seed. Now look, another drop. Let's talk about ball placement here. This is a great job by Caleb. Sitting on it, pause, but look at the location of this football. Like, that is a really good job. He needs to stay more flat. That is everything that you can ask for him there. He's really shocking me with his quick game accuracy that I don't think we saw in college, because a lot of the stuff they did at USC was exploiting hashes, exploiting the space to the wide side of the field. Like, seeing him operate in a real NFL system is, in my opinion, why it's important to take everything that you see in college with a grain of salt. When you see guys throw a bunch of bubbles and a bunch of this and a bunch of that, like, I don't know, I'm really enjoying watching Caleb play the NFL game, because I think he's more fun to watch in this type of system against these type of defenses than he was in college. Let's look from his perspective. All right, so it's going to match here. Ball placement, jersey in front. Stay flat and you catch that. Be 1st down. He did his job though. Now this play, we've all seen it, but what I love about this is watch him go through his progressions. So he's going to start on the left. He's got an out. He's got a corner. They're both there. They're strapped. Now he's going to reset back. Sees him blanketed, sees him driving. Maybe could have got here, but felt space, saw color. And now he's going to get out of here and get into the second play. Without hesitation, man. Jump pass, reverse spin from the opposite 43 and delivers an absolute dime to the 12-yard line. Like, these are the plays, I promise you, that once we get to the regular season, the fact that he's already doing a bunch of things in rhythm within the framework of the offense, these plays are what take them over the top to being a good team. And he's, for some reason, hitting these more often than not, which is really impressive. I mean, look. 1, 2, 3, get out of there. No hesitation. Knows how to drive a ball fading away, meaning he's going to be able to buy time and allow people to get as close as possible without taking massive hits and without letting defenders alter the trajectory of the ball as he's getting hit. That's a trait that I don't think a lot of people talk about that I love watching in him and in some of these other young quarterbacks around the league. They're creative in how they get rid of the ball without letting defenders affect the flight of the ball. Now let's get to another one. Going to get out on the edge and again, creative. Sprint, stop, regains outside leverage. He's just playing basketball right here. And this is where, like, these are the crazy highlight plays. Again, perfect in stride, knows if we just have a little bit more awareness, which he will, Like, these are the plays. Like, think of how many wow plays we've seen in a couple preseason games. As long as he stays healthy, we're going to get a lot of really big wow plays throughout the course of his career. Because he's creative, man. It's so much fun to watch him play. But keep your feet in bounds. Now, here we go. We've seen this one too. Looks like we're going to get some zone here. Look, see, eyes, ready to pass off. Playing some zone. Right now, he's trying to get him to win. He's trying to hold his eyes here to get him to push up on 14 and rip it on this slant. Doesn't get it. Kind of a bad route. He should be running this flatter. Take Davante Adams mixtape into play. Davante Adams would slow play it, pace it down, and win flat, allowing the quarterback an angle with time. But Caleb doesn't need it. Caleb's going to go scramble around, make some plays, be creative. Got two people on the ground, and now here. He's dangerous, man. Still looking to be a passer, and the whole way, man. That's the cool thing about him. He's athletic, he can run, but he's always looking to throw the ball. He's not scrambling to run. He's scrambling to throw first every single time. He's looking for the big play, but he's capable as a runner to go get what he needs to, and he's going to be such a good red zone quarterback, especially if they can dial it up on offense. But let's see. Again, what are we looking at? Right here, this is our key. You want to hold him with your eyes, which he does. Look, he's holding him, trying to pull him this way a little bit, get him to attach here, and he wants to rip this slant. The timing of the slant is off. Also, we get a little bit of pressure. So now he's got to be creative, and he's got two hands on the ball, maneuvering in the pocket, like he's never just giving up on the ability to pass. Still here, looking. And he finally can do enough to go get in the box. But it's just like, what you get with Caleb Williams is tremendous. As long as they can give him enough to be scripted and clean and enough gimmies, these plays will show up. If they don't have to live and die by these types of plays, they will be a really scary team to play. These plays will come up. I hate to say it, man. The Bears could end up very similar to how the Chiefs played last year. I'm not saying Super Bowl run, not saying all that, but the style of play. Defense did their job. Offense was efficient for the most part, tried to take care of the football. Mahomes made the big plays when he needed to, moved the chains on third downs, and when he needed his wow moments, he had them. And I think the Bears have that formula. It's just, are they going to be able to make it come together? I don't know. We'll find out soon, but I liked what I saw out of Caleb Williams this preseason.